Today, my friends, I have for you a full breakdown of the Pekka Smash at Town Hall 11. This strategy is definitely one of the more popular strategies, not just at Town Hall 11, but at 12 and also at Town Hall 10. Like you saw earlier within the week, I did have a Town Hall 10 Pekka Smash, and we're going to be breaking this one down in full for you guys to hopefully understand the Pekka Smash, getting value from your double jump, getting value from your backend Stone Summer. We're going to break down this base design here and break down the other ones that we have here for you guys to then give you guys a full breakdown and explanation to why this is probably the best attack right now in Clash of Clans. With that being said, let's jump straight into the guide. So when you guys are using the Pekka Smash attack strategy, there are a couple things that you need to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and first start off with the jump value. So specifically, we're looking into control our Pekka and bowler pathing. So what we want to do is we want to try and find the best possible place for our first jump. So this is going to be at least looking towards getting the eagle. So this is going to offer us some good value from this side right here, like you see with my circle, which is supposed to represent the jump. But not just that, but we also want to take a look at the take a look at this side right here. And we want to take a look at where would be a good jump spell. We want to continue to control their pathing. So we want them to continue to move this way. So as that happens, we should be able to get a lot of good value with our rage and our heal spell as we move through the base. Now, not just that, but we also obviously want to set the funnel. So there are a couple ways of doing so. In this example, we have a queen walk that's starting here and moving her way into the base with the jump and the Pekkas and bowlers. We're going to have the king or even a Pekka on the opposite side to clear this side. That allows us to keep the Pekkas and bowlers in the base at all times. Now, what about funneling our queen? So if we're funneling in our queen, we want to deal with this and also this with the baby dragon. Maybe even bringing a loon is not a bad idea, especially for a baby dragon, since you never know if there could be a seeking air mine out there. So just keep that in mind when you guys are using the Pekka Smash attack. But as you can see from here, it gives you guys a solid explanation of how you guys can start your attack. What about if you don't plan on using a queen walk in order to get into or set one side of the funnel? Then you'd probably be using a baby dragon on one side with the Pekka on the other, and then also have a few more Pekkas, and then also your king to set the opposite side, and then send in your queen, grand warden, bowlers, and Pekkas or the rest of your Pekkas as they move into the base. So that's what you kind of want to consider when you guys are using this. So there are a couple options in terms of either sending your attack in like a kill squad, or even sending your attack in like a queen walk that moves into the base along with the rest. So kind of like a falcon. We haven't seen falcon all too much, so definitely that's a strategy that has kind of been long overdue. It's definitely a strategy that's still strong, but very, very, very base dependent. You will never see this. Probably you won't see a video on here, but you might see it from your clanmates, either if they're using like a mass Valk type of attack or something like that. But if we're considering it this way, we want to create that funnel, and notice how we are creating this funnel and what we're doing. We have a Pekka, we've got a wizard, we've got the king. They're creating one side of the funnel. This offers us great value. It allows our queen to continue to walk this direction and move into the path of where those Pekkas and also bowlers are going to be. Now, of course, you can notice that the king is going to move in with the attack. However, that's still completely fine. Sometimes you don't need to always have the healers lock on to the bowlers and the Pekkas, but usually it would be a good idea to keep in mind or to keep up the Pekkas and bowlers as they move in through the base. Now, with the Grand Warden, you want to use it as early as possible to keep a lot of the bowlers alive, especially through the Eagle and also giant bomb spots. They can really be very hard-hitting to the bowlers. Now, of course, with the Lava Hound CC, it's not typically something to keep, to worry about, but the Lava Pups are. When you're dealing with a back-end Stone Slimer, you want to help you clear out this side here, specifically for the Pekkas, but then you also want them to start moving into the base and actually dealing with value. So this is specifically going to be air defenses and also the multi-inferno, especially the multi-inferno, since that thing targets 5 units, and it could really slowly but surely whittle down the Pekka's health. So you got to consider that when you guys are using a Pekka Smash attack strategy. But like in this example here, it gives you guys a very solid idea of how you guys should be using your Pekka Smash at Town Hall 11. And it is definitely a little bit different. And of course, you want to try and make sure that you are controlling your pathing. Now, you may say, what about using the wall wrecker? I did watch the video at Town Hall 10, and, you know, that one used a wall wrecker. I wouldn't recommend it at Town Hall 11. It's just, the Stone Summer is too viable with it at Town Hall 11, and even at Town Hall 12. I just stick with it at Town Hall 10. So let's go ahead and take a look at another example with the Pekka Smash. So on this example here, the biggest thing that we want to consider is our entry point and where is going to be the best area. Of course, we could actually do our queen walk into here, but that would more so be a charge, and it probably wouldn't offer us great value because now we have a lot of stuff targeting our queen. So instead, let's go ahead and take a look at it at a different approach. Let's walk our queen this way, and let's jump into the base right here. We can actually get a lot of value from the eagle, or from the queen walk, to set the funnel there. I mean, it gives us this entire area cleared. We can maybe send in the king over there on the opposite side, and maybe even a Pekka. But as we're sending everything else in to go here, this is kind of where we want to use our jump spells. This way we're getting into these long compartments, and it allows us to get the eagle. That's one of our biggest things. So as we're moving into this compartment, we jump over the CC, and it gives us more value, including this multi-inferno. Since the rest of this base right here is going to be left, we can have the Stone Summer go down that way. Now, what about jump versus, or I'm sorry, haste versus freeze, and which one is going to be better? This is going to vary on base to base. Usually you're going to bring a haste. If you don't decide to, then you're going to be bringing 2 freeze. Freeze spells are pretty good, especially if on the backend Stone Summer version, or on the backend Stone Summer, or with it at least, I guess I should say that. With it is that you're freezing up value. So you're looking for freeze value. So multi-infernos, wizard towers, and air defenses, especially since your loons are really going to be being hit hard by those defenses. So keep that in mind when you guys are doing this. But also, you're trying to look for an area where you're not fighting an air sweeper with your back end Stone Summer. Most of the time, you should be able to clear out all of the air sweepers, but if not, then you want to try and look for the best area away from the air sweeper. So it gives you guys a good idea. Now, of course, this is all from what I see. And yeah, I did watch the example just to show you guys and prove to you guys and kind of break this attack down. I also want to go through my personal sort of, not experience, but my personal thought on it. Because what's really important is that even if I didn't use this attack at Town Hall 11, as I am at Town Hall 12 right now, 100% I would say that when you guys are dealing with the Electron, or I'm sorry, with this attack, with this type of an attack, you know, you've got to make sure that you're getting as much value as possible. So from personal experience and covering so many wars and streaming, you know, you want to really know a lot of this, because this is really in-depth what I'm doing. I want to go really in-depth for you guys to understand this a lot easier. And let me know in the comments below if it really is helping you. I would encourage that you guys really just give me some of that feedback, because I would really encourage at least some sort of either, you know, am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? Please let me know. I would really appreciate that. Of course, I really talk a lot, but I try to break down as much of the base as, you know, as I see fit. So base identification always is a huge part of this. So as we deal with, now, when you're dealing with the damage CC, mind you, is that you will have to bring a poison. So I would encourage you guys bring a poison spell to deal with that enemy clan castle, whether that be a dragon, baby dragon, either a witch in there, or even a Valkyrie in there, or some mix of those, definitely. So as we can kind of see from this example, notice that a large portion of the Pekkas were moving this way. This leaves the Stone Slammer to move in this direction. So we have a loon there to soak up any seeking air mines, so that then the Stone Slammer doesn't go down quicker than it has to. So as we're moving through the base, we want to make sure that we have a good chunk of the Pekkas and probably the bowlers still up as well. Most likely we aren't going to have enough Pekkas, especially if we're only bringing 3. They'll most likely all be taken out. But look at the freeze value that we want to try and get. We want to get as much value from the freeze as possible. So we want to try and freeze up the multi-inferno, wizard tower, even if it's, even like in that one right there, you notice that it wasn't placed exactly, but definitely it was still a good attempt, and you're still going to be able to 3-star most of the time with it. So it gives you guys another solid example with this. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our last example with the Pekka Smash. So in this example here, what we're taking a look at is we want to try and take a look at where we want to set our funnel, and of course we want to try and set a funnel here and here, so that then obviously our attack is going to move into this spot here. This is a good jump spot since specifically we open up that compartment and also the multi-inferno compartment. Now here is the thing here though. As we're sending everything in here, or either sending everything in here this way or even this way, everything is moving into the same direction. It's moving this way across the base onto the outside. Of course, you could say, oh no, but what about the rest of it? That's where we have the backend Stone Slammer, and even if we have to save one jump, we can for the back end. So we want to consider that because we are bringing 4 Pekkas. Usually if you're going to bring 3 Pekkas, you're not going to have any of your Pekkas, or maybe even at least 1 Pekka still alive. But typically with 4, you most likely will still have a good chunk of the Pekkas up, and when you have 5, you'll still have quite a bit of the Pekkas still up on the base. Most of the time that's going to be your trade-off in terms of bowlers and Pekkas. Just going to be very dependent on how the base is ran. Do you really need to bring more Pekkas? Do you really need to bring more bowlers? That's what you got to consider. So if there's much more of a bowler bounce value, then actually use more bowlers. If you see that there isn't, and you can see that there's a little bit more open space, then use the Pekkas. Bring in more Pekkas, 100%. So as you're dealing with different base designs, like in this example here, we use Pekkas and the king to set the funnel. Then we're sending everything in like a kill squad here. That's what we're really trying to take a look at. So as we send the Grand Warden in, we want to make sure that we're popping his ability right after the first volley, or a couple after the first volley of the eagle shots. So as we're working our way into the base, we want to keep them all alive, especially through those second shots as they move in through. That'll protect the bowlers and the Pekkas as they move through. We want to poison up the enemy CC, especially if they're lava pups from the lava hound. And once we've done so, you can see from this example here, is that a good chunk of it is moving towards the outside. And that is completely fine, because you can still save an attack like this, especially if it's on the outside of the base. And it's never too difficult, because you still have the Stone Slammer. You're not using the Stone Slammer in terms of an entry point, you're just using it for to get some sort of value from the outside. So as you're sending everything in, you want to make sure that you're using your haste spell and your freeze specifically to get some sort of value for your lava, not lava loon, there was going to be a voice crack there, with your loons on the back end. You want to make sure that you're hasting them up to those defenses, and then freezing up any defenses that are really going to hit hard onto your loons. So specifically wizard towers, expos, and air defenses. I'm sorry, wizard towers, expos, and air defenses. But as you can see from this example, and I don't really want to kind of read into it too much, but what you really want to try and do is make sure that you have a good chunk of the base taken out. And if we can see from here, all that's left is going to be this side, or this part right here. So consider that, but it gives you guys a very solid idea of the Pekka Smash, and hopefully this breakdown kind of gave you guys a little bit more of an open view in terms of the Pekka Smash attack strategy. So with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoyed the Pekka Smash. I really enjoy it, and hopefully you guys do too, so let me know in the comments below if you guys do. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss anything, and also feel free to go ahead and join my community Discord server, or even any of the clans that I cover down in the description below. With that being said, also feel free to follow me on Twitter at _CorruptYT. With that being said, that's going to do it, guys, for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.